couldn't come out. But it's been everything and more than I expected, and everyone's been so welcoming. It feels like I've been here for a lifetime already, and I've only been here like 6 months. I just feel like such a big part of this family, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it out here. For me, being a leadoff, I love being in that position. Going up first, I love that, I can just set the team off right. And that's what I aim to do ultimately every time. I wouldn't be in that position if they didn't trust me to be in that position. So for me, I kind of use that power and like just put everything into it. And I just aim to set off the team in a good way every meet. And I think it's an exciting thing to be able to be the first one and the away meet to kind of set the vibe off right. So for me, I look at it as a good thing. I enjoy it.
Jim, I can relate to that. I loved being the leadoff. I was in that position at the Olympics. I wanted to warm up, I wanted to stay focused, and I really wanted to set the tone. Many athletes do not like that position, so when you find somebody that really wants to make that happen, it's such a great thing.
Tom Farden in the background there told me before the season that back in 2016, he took a road trip. He went to England. He said he had no real appointments, rented a car, started driving around to gyms, shaking hands, introducing himself. And through that connection, Amelie Morgan ends up in Salt Lake City. And Tom was talking about international athletes and the special courage that they have to show because they go so far from home. Imagine going away to college and then going to a different country and there's culture shock. You're removed from your family and you're asked to excel both academically and athletically. So he has a real respect for those athletes that come from an international background and of course what they can offer the University of Utah and the Red Rocks gymnastics program. Well, it's Olympian night here inside the Huntsman Center, but it's one of just 3 themes tonight. In fact, it's a couple of important nights as well. It's the LGBTQIA plus Winter Inclusion Week. And so, in light of that, the University of Utah wearing special leotards tonight. All-inclusive pride flag represented on it. The University logoed mask during the meet. And they have also chosen new beam music, so there'll be background music during the beam, as there always is, but this week they all changed, and they're all taking selections from LGBTQIA plus inclusive artists. So nice touch here by the University of Utah on Olympian night, on Pride night, and every team doing this year. So the meet is close. Right now, Utah is on pace for a mid-197. That's right about their average. And Oregon State is above a 196.5, right on their average. But Oregon State is trailing by 0.4 at halftime. Amelie Morgan first on the beam for Utah.
And a solid triple series to start the routine. Throughout the balance beam routine, you'll see a variety of skills, the tumbling elements, leaps and jumps like that. We're showcasing flexibility. Last week, she put up a 9-9 in this leadoff position.
Yeah, that's 3 straight 9-9s for her on this event. Stanford, at UCLA, and at Cal. That's exactly what Farden wants in a leadoff. Hold on to it. Oh, yeah, got a little wonky there. It stayed with it. Fought for the landing.
A great save. That combination, side aerial, full twist, dismount. But it looked like when her left foot landed, it was not centered on the beam. That could have caused a major mistake, but stayed calm, worked through it.
Morgan had a 9.85 on bars, which ended her streak of 9-9s, but that's now going to be 7 events in a row with at least a 9.85. And Morgan stays perfect in that she is now 14 for 14 on hit routines. Over to the floor, where Oregon State is having a fabulous year. They've got at least 49.225 in every meet. Second best in the conference, 6th in the country, averaging a 49.4. And Sydney Gonzalez starts us off.
Just last week, they put up a huge 49.675 on the floor exercise, so they're hoping to match that right here.
That's the number 5 score in the country this year.
Nice double pike. Their first two athletes really set the tone on this rotation because the back 3 or 4 can put up those huge 9-9s or better.
So Gonzalez is ideal in that leadoff spot because she always posts a pretty good score and gets you pointed in the right direction. Her best, a 9.825, done that a couple of times. Had a 9.775 with that routine last week. There's Morgan. Morgan 9.825, doesn't get back to the 9.85 level, but still a good start. There's McCallum. McCallum already has a 9.85 on faults and a 9.95 on bars. Beam's been a bit of a struggle for her. She had a couple of falls, but did have a 9.95 as a Stanford. The wolf turn.
Well, you can see those unique elements that she brings from her elite gymnastics career, that difficult mount, doing a back handspring onto the side and catching in that front chest support. Of course, that wolf turn, coming back handspring layout, step out. Looked a little off, but throughout the years, I've mentioned the best beam workers figure out how to stay on the beam when they're not perfect, not overreacting, just letting the landing settle in.
Flash in the U, as they all do in their routines.
Last week against Cal, the beam lineup had 2 struggles, so just really looking to find a solid rhythm.
And I'll tell you that, we expect a lot from Grace McCallum. I know after a couple of falls earlier this year, that was a big moment for her. You can see, I think she said, well, I stayed on.
Well, you have to remember, for these Olympians, they went on a tour. They missed out on their preseason with the team during the fall because they were enjoying the celebration of being an Olympian, and then right into their collegiate season. So it sounds easy, but to maintain training and precision, and then remember what it's like to get out in competition, and representing yourself is much different than being a part of a team. It's a different kind of pressure.
Sydney Gonzalez just posted a career best 9.85. We told you she was ideal in that spot. And now, Kayla Bird. And for Bird, this is her best event.
Front combination to start. Beautiful flexibility on her lead pass. Two and a half twist.
So Oregon State's staying in the meet. The problem for Oregon State on the road is they're going to have to close on the beam. So you're closing on the beam, on the road, and against Utah, who of course will be on the floor, where they're the best team in the conference. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. 9.9 from McCallum. Another 9.9. She keeps piling them up. Adrian Randall. Honorable mention Pac-12 last year. But she's gotten into kind of a strange pattern of good and bad. Just rotating at a 9.85 at Stanford, 9.8 at Cal last week.
She has a nice sharp rhythm.
Yep, she looks determined.
Setting up for her first tumbling pass. Perfect.
Yep.
Unique element right here, always catches
Ow.
the attention.
Foot twisting swing down. Yep. And then the U. That's about as clean as I've seen her do it. That was beautiful.
She definitely mounted. You can see it in her eyes. She was on a mission in this routine. All that's left is the dismount. 1.5 twist.
Yes. Wow.
That was a beautiful routine. I didn't see any deductions.
Well, her season high is 9.85. She has a 9.975 in her career.
Even the swing down was dead straight. There wasn't any bobble on the landing of that. And then the dismount, snapping right in.
Watch her face. She knows how good it is right there.
You can see it from the minute she mounted the routine. Her focus and her body movements were very sharp and determined. Good for her.
Assistant coach Carly Dockendorf, first one there with the hug. Back-to-back 9.85s for Oregon State on the floor. Lauren Lech, this is her best event. All 5 floors this year have been at least 9.8. She's coming off a career high 9.925 against Washington a week ago.
Nice combination, back 1.5 to that front full. Dramatic music to match her choreography, really draws you in. Unique choreography and beautiful flexibility throughout.
Good cover. That was beautiful. Very nice effort from Lauren Lech.
She's a beautiful dancer. So she really draws you in with her facial expression and her choreography.
Every meet this year. Randall goes 9.925. It's a season best for Adrienne Randall. And I thought that could have been a little bit better. Paulson and all of the Red Rocks with unique mounts. Saw Paulson with a 9.85 in bars in the second rotation.
Difficult series, side aerial layout, step out.
Paulson is an All-American on beam at a 9.9 against Oklahoma. But she too has had some bobbles on the beam.
Yeah, last week it was a 9.575 because she didn't connect that leap series, so much better job here today. Side aerial. Layup full. She really stepped that back foot in and launched that full twist up. Beautiful amplitude. She did not like the 9.575, so she wanted to make it a point here.
Nobody liked it.
She does a great job of getting
you're right.
airtime on that. That's not easy to do.
Yeah, she looked like a diver. the way she went straight up and looked like she was on a springboard. You're starting to understand now why Utah is the best team in the conference on the beam, and it was a point of emphasis the last 3 years here. As Tom Farden took over as the solo head coach, he said, we're not only going to be better on beam, we're going to be the best on beam. And they are now best in the Pac-12. 9.875 for Lech. That's an excellent score for Lauren. And the Beavs still in it. Everybody's got to score. Dagan, Yanish, and Carey to finish off the floor.
Front double full. Holding that landing. These last three in the floor lineup all have E tumbling passes. That front double full was Maddie's. They've also all been posting 9.9s or better, meet after meet. Finishing with the perfect double pike. And a lot of personality. She is always so fun to watch. Another great floor routine for her. She opened this routine with a front double full and does a great job controlling the landing. That is the most challenging part with those twisting passes.
Tanya Chaplin, now in her 25th year in Corvallis. Taken to the Beavs to the regionals every year. Makes the math easy for me. So we just saw 9.95 for Paulson. Here's Isa, and hold on. Don't be scared. She's a professional. It makes me flinch every time, Amanda.
I always wonder how you try that. I've never tried that one. With every gymnastics skill, there are plenty of lead-ups. You don't just try that particular skill, but she's setting up for her tumbling series, triple series. Backhand spring, 2 layouts, step out.
Oh, flawless.
Last week, that's where her struggle happened.
2-time All-American, and has already won twice on beam. And watch her face. A little queen in the background.
She always has a fun, easy rhythm on bounce beam. She moves quickly.
It's why the crowd loves her here. She connects, she lets you in.
Always has a lot of personality, which is not easy to do.
Right
And she just, yeah.
Can't help but pull for her. Yes! Yes!
I didn't want to say it, but she fell last week on that flight series. So that's, I'm sure, where some of that excitement is coming from. And
I just saw my favorite sign of the year, Stick Lake City. That's awesome.
And the fans are on their
How
feet
can you
here.
not root for Crystalisa? Look at that face. Good for her. I know it's tough if you're in Corvallis, but you got to at least respect it and admire it. It's why we all love the sport. Moments like that. Meantime, the Beavs on floor are putting together a tremendous rotation. Gonzalez and Bird went 9.85, Lech went 9.875, and Maddie Dagan 9.9. And they still have Yanish and Jade Carey, the Olympic gold medalist, on the floor still to come. And the crowd erupts. She got it. Crystalisa is perfect.
Just a year ago, we were in this building with no fans. And moments like this, you just, not only is it special for these athletes, it's just as fun for us.
Look at him, and Yanish understands the moment. She says, I'll wait, because you don't want to miss me either. Well, there was a quick shot that cut away. A friend of ours, Liz Abel, the longtime sports information director here at the University of Utah, and our dear friend, jumping up and down. She can cheer openly now. She was working, had to be quiet.
The energy is high in this building, and this is a great routine to follow with. Watch this first tumbling pass. Whoa! She threw in the split in that double layout. 2 years back, we watched Caitlin Ohashi do that move. She's always had the fast flipping double layout, but that wowed everybody.
That's a great throwback. Ohashi's floor, of course, swept the country 2 years in a row. Not only a two-time All-American, but coming out back-to-back season bests on the floor. 9.975 last week. Near perfect.
And a high-flying double tuck to finish it.
So years from now, when people mention to me Isa's 10 on beam, I'm going to remember that right afterwards, Yanish had that look on her face and said, go ahead, you enjoy that, because I can stick this anytime I'm ready. And when the crowd sat down and gave her their attention, she delivered.
Well, and not just a great routine, she upgraded that
Yes.
first tumbling pass, double layout with the split in the middle. She's always one of my favorites to watch because she's high energy, she's got the powerful tumbling, she makes it look so easy, and that's what floor exercise is all about.
There's the 10 for Isa. So folks watching at home without the sound are finding out now. Miley O'Keefe in the anchor spot. Miley O'Keefe, the Pac-12 champion on this event. Ranked number 3 in the country, has won 3 in a row. And all of her scores this year, 985 plus.
Her artistry, flexibility. Nice fluid leap pass there.
Keep in mind that O'Keefe just had a perfect 10 twice on balance beam in her career. And one came this year.
Details like that, holding the full turn at the end to show her control. What's left is the dismount.
How do you follow a 10? Like that?
Like that. This beam lineup, incredible. The difficulty, the artistry, the perfection.
And Oregon State trying to stay in the moment. Jade Carey getting some final words of encouragement. Remember last week, it was Jade Carey who got the 10 on floor against Washington at home at Gill Coliseum. She said she thought about being an Oregon State Beaver for 7 years. She loves it. She's in the right place. And that was the right moment. Jade Carey, perfect in Corvallis. Well, you can tell by the crowd's reaction, it's not a 10 over on the beam. And with all this drama on one side of the room, Oregon State, the perfect lineup by Tanya Chaplin, having veterans like Yanish and Carey. Even though she's a freshman, we know she's much more mature than that. And here you go, Jade Carey, Olympic gold medalist on the floor.
Double-double.
So high, Amanda. That was right in her lap. Had to crane her neck to see her.
My favorite part is she just jogs into that type of pass. Makes it look easy, and always has been an athlete that loves tricks.
Jade Carey, the Olympic gold medalist on the floor, and now a freshman at Oregon State University, and already with a 10 on this event. Oregon State's shown me a lot. With all this going on and with so much success for Utah on the beam, Oregon State just had a tremendous floor rotation.
Well, the huge double-double in this routine definitely helps.
Remember, as a team, and you pointed it out, Amanda, at the start of this segment, 49-6-7-5 against Washington at home last week, the number 5 score in the country this year. They're going to continue their streak of 49-2-2-5 in every meet. There's Crystalisa celebrating with a drink and a dance. Her perfect 10. Great moment for Isa, the first 10 of her career. Waiting on the score for Carey. It's not in yet. We'll tease you through the break.